Alright, Space Pals, let's talk about the current state of Dupe Citizen 4.0. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And no, I will not go into the processes of completing the steps, especially on the dupes that nobody is talking about. I'm here to simply state my opinion. You can take that as a grain of salt or not, but here we go. First, let's talk about the good or potential good the way I see it. In our day and age, people are creatures of convenience. If it is easier, even if it will cost you the same money, most people will gravitate to the easier route. In this case, I am talking about putting weapons into a storage case on your ship, then using the repair option to get those items back. In this case, the player is paying the AUEC to get those items back or replaced. This is a convenience thing where they pay the same price, they just don't have to go to the store and buy them again. It's a time saver basically. But subscriber items, don't worry, I'll talk about that in a second. Brace yourselves, citizens, here comes my opinion on this. First though, let's mostly agree that in life an excess of pretty much anything can become a bad thing. Choking the space chicken comes to mind as it can cause blindness. You know, allegedly, see what I mean? Hey, can you even see me? No crap, well listen up then. I personally do not have a problem with the above scenario if the citizen does not do this in excess, and even then, they are paying the AUEC to make it happen, so who am I to judge them really? I can tell you, even if CIG hates my guts for it, I do this with my subscriber gear. You know, the stuff I paid money for, but if I experience a bug or get killed, I lose them until the next update. Yeah, that stuff. Like a lot of people who purchased gear and ships, I feel it's kinda dumb we get our ships back via the claim, but not the gear. So yeah, love me or hate me, I'm still gonna do it if I can. And I most definitely see this as a feature and not a mistake. If it's a mistake, they better give that person a huge raise because it's a needed feature. Citizens, I have seen a lot of conflicting opinions on this subject. What makes me laugh the hardest though are the ones who have the grade A military components on their ships and have no problems claiming it when they die to get those parts back, but seem to have a huge issue that some citizens pay actual AUEC to restock lost items. If you think they lose their minds, just wait until one of those citizens restocks an extra gun or 10, then gives one to a friend. You would think the world was coming to an end, am I right? When in reality, they paid the game the money it charged them for that convenience. Yet when you claim a ship with the pimpest modules and guns installed, the price never changes. Yet everyone and their brothers, cousins, uncle, former roommate, and their moms and stepdad has no issues simply claiming their ship. Food for thought, really. Okay, Hawks, but what about subscriber items like the P8AR? Something that can't be purchased in-game, kicks a whole bunch of butt, but people are restocking the crap out of them. What's your opinion on that? I don't know, did I stutter when it came to subscriber items? If the game charges you a fee when you repair the ship, well, CIG put that fee into the game for a reason, right? If it's free, then there is a bigly problem. If charged a restocking fee, well, let me put it this way. There are far worse things in the verse to concern ourselves with right now. Actually being able to play the game is one of them. So yeah, I just can't bring myself to care all that much if the citizen is charged a fee. Ding 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 ding! Thank you for taking the time to watch this video so far, citizen. And since you're so freaking awesome like that, I want to give you the chance to win a Mariah Guardian with lifetime insurance and digital game download. To have a chance to win this amazing ship package, all you have to do is be a subscriber of the hawkesgaming YouTube channel, leave a like on this video, and leave a comment below. It can be anything you want. The YouTube random comment picker I use to determine the winner will only give you credit for one comment placed, so keep that in mind, citizen. Good luck, everyone. Let's now get back to the discussion of Dupe Citizen 4.0. It's time to talk about some of the bad, and sadly, I can't go into all instances of bad because some of them are super bad, borderline ugly for the economy. This is actually where I was calling a restocking fee turns into an exploit or dupe. You know why? Because one method is totally different from the other. One is paid convenience, the other is not, no matter how much anyone tries to spin it. What I'm talking about is insurance fraud with ships and their parts. a mechanism in our current state of the game that never takes into account the actual weapons or modules you currently have on your ship. The game doesn't charge a difference from the base model to Super Pimp My Ride variant. It's one flat fee, or you can just wait and pay nothing but time to reclaim the ship. This method requires you to take all those parts off, store them in the warehouse, and then reclaim the ship, getting everything back. This style of duping has been going on for so many patches at this point, it's freaking gross. It's literally the only reason why I'm talking about this as an example, because everyone already knows about it. CIG's fix to this before was just to nerf every single ship part and weapon price into the ground when you try to sell them, basically killing salvage loop gameplay for multiple patches. Yeah, that's not a fix, it's a freaking band-aid. Seriously, something needs to change when it comes to claiming our ships the closer we get to 1.0. So Hawks, what's your opinion on that situation? Well, quite frankly, it's cheating. It's cheating the citizen who does it instead of actual gameplay, and every other citizen in the verse who is left behind. Players who do that knowingly in excess better sweat a little, because CIG does have the ability to track individual players' gameplay. They also made it clear recently when 600 accounts were suspended for duping. There is a huge difference between bug testing and exploiting in excess. Trust me, CIG can tell, so do that at your own risk, although I do not recommend it. We have heard an example of the good and the bad, but what about the ugly? Shorter answer is, there are more dupes that are currently going on in Dupe Citizen 4.0 that nobody is talking about. The insurance fraud example is bad, I fully agree, but it also requires a bit of effort and time to remove all those parts and store them for sale. Remember when I said people are creatures of convenience? I have seen many people throwing the term gold sellers around all over the place. Do you think these gold sellers are committing insurance fraud or paying a restocking fee out of convenience to make real world money? Of course not. There is a far simpler way to dupe all items and commodities with little effort. Will I tell you how to do it? Nope. I won't even allude to the steps. Sorry, not sorry, citizens. There was a time I would do that and force the fix from CIG. I did it for years about economic bugs that kept getting swept under the rug. Now, no joke, I thought I was literally doing God's work from a certain point of view. I was a very active bug tester for Star Citizen. It's just the closer we get to full release, the more I see how doing that can damage many players' gameplay. So instead, I keep it as private as I possibly can and let CIG sort it out. In both ways of doing things, the bugs got fixed. It's very easy for someone like me to get 10 people to reproduce then reply to the bug thread. Others are not so lucky though. Basically, with great power comes great responsibility if you create a lot of videos on YouTube about Star Citizen. Yes, we got the bugs fixed, but we also enabled those with less self-control to exploit instead of test, and that's the big problem, especially now in Star Citizen 4.0. Realistically, I could go on and on with more examples of what I see as improvements, as well as bad and ugly choices that crap up the verse for everyone. I would rather hear your feels about convenience versus duping. Do you think that paid restocking of weapons and armor is duping? Or do you use duping as a term the same way I do? If there isn't a fee, but you get the convenience of making stuff out of thin air, then obviously that's duping. The exact same thing goes for insurance fraud. Both give the player convenience, but one method charges nothing while the other charges retail cost. Let me know down in the comments below, citizens. Peace.